We'll see you again. Thank you. There we go. The oxygen's gone. We're in the cow shed. Me, Farmer and Darren have just been in here tagging a few calves, so they're all ruffled up a bit, so we won't get too close to them. It is now 25th of February, and obviously I haven't shown you many of the calves yet. I've been trying to make this video for a few weeks, but we've been ever so busy, but I've got a bit of time today, so we'll go through a few things with you quickly. Obviously, yeah, we haven't obviously done any up-to-date videos since the end of last year, really. You obviously went out and saw the crops are all underwater. We're all in the same boat there, so we had a busy week last week. Yeah, there was hay going out, there was barley going out, there was yeah, busy week. We had cows running through the crush for lice, and obviously calving going on as well. Farmer's been very busy with that. I think we're up to about 45 calves now, which is really good. Pretty good start. It's been pretty straightforward. Farmers have one or two issues. You never have no issues at all. He had a big one last night. I'll show you that in a little while. Obviously, Ag and Linda went on holiday. They're now back. They've been back a month now. Yeah, they had a really good time in New Zealand. Yeah, really, if you missed that, go and have a look at their holiday photos from New Zealand. That was quite interesting. They come back, and literally the second day they were back, we started the first calf arrived. So yeah, it's been going pretty well actually. It's been all right. One or two big ones. Yeah, the Chevrolet, obviously, you know, if you want bigger calves, the Chevrolet is the way to go, but yeah, it doesn't come without problems. Big calves always come with problems, you know, getting them out and stuff like that, but we've been pretty lucky so far. And these are some of the youngest ones. This is where all the cows are, 2 calves and the youngest calves. And what we'll do, they have a couple of days in here with Mum. We put a tag in them, and then we'll send them across to the second shed over there. We've got some older ones in another shed. I'll show you those as well. But yeah, we're going to have a little look around the farm and see what we've got going on. Obviously, cows are all tucking into some hay. We've got some hay bales with you know, they've got some coloured bottoms on. Not good enough for selling, so they're on hay at the moment. They're loving that actually. See if we can see any that are I think there's one in here that's pretty close to calving. We might even see one actually at it if we're lucky enough. But Daisy was here. She was here a couple of days ago. It was absolutely thundering down. We had a day around the cattle in the absolute thundering rain. Oh my god. Yeah, pretty atrocious, but we got it done in the end. And Daisy will be back another day. We'll in about 3 weeks, Daisy will be back. We'll put in the cows through the crush again for spot on. It works out every 3 or 4 weeks. They start getting itchy, and then they start rubbing their, you can see this one's tail, look where she's been rubbing against the post, and if they get too itchy, they'll make themselves sore on it, you know. But yeah, we're 45. We're nearly halfway through calving. Farmer and Linda have been doing all the late nights and the hard work really on that front. But who have we got in here? Just some, obviously sheds are nice and littered up. We've got some brand new lights in the sheds. We put them in over the winter. Those are really good actually. We used to have these big bright orange bulb things. So yeah, Farmer got some LEDs put in, which are really nice. In all the sheds as well, and around the barns at the top there, so everything's lit up quite nice now, so that was a good deal. These are some of the young ones. This is one from last night. Farmer had a little bit of trouble with him. He was a big boy, and yeah, you had to have the machine on him to get him out, so Farmer's going to keep his close eye on this one, because yeah, there's his mum, poor old thing. But Farmer's, yeah, we've been, you know, these big calves have been making Farmer sort of change his mind on things a little bit, because the big ones always cause you trouble, and I don't know, just a bit of a pain. But yeah, it's not many not a great deal left in here. This section, it sort of works out. The far shed over there is where the oldest ones will be. We can add a few more to that shed. That shed's not completely full yet, but we've been shuffling things around, we've been moving hay around, we've been really busy the last few weeks. But we'll probably add a few cows and calves to that shed as we start running out of space. But yeah, I don't know how many's in here. There's 6 or 7 really young ones in here. Some of them are a couple of days old. The ones with tags in are a couple of days old. They've been tagged and ringed. Ring means you put a ring around the male's ball sack, and that makes them into a steer then. And that means they don't, when you take them out to the fields, obviously they don't reproduce with the ladies in the field, obviously. But right, what we've got? Take you over to some of the older ones. Right, go. You can set the gates up in multiple ways, even in the cow yard there. When it gets to the end, they'll be sectioned off in multiple ways, so everybody's got a bit of outdoor space. Everybody's got a bit of feeding area, and yeah, it's just about keeping your options open. I don't know. It works every year for us. There should be at the end about 100 calves. Should be. Let's have a little look at some of the older ones. These ones were born last week. The Chevrolets are I'll just take you around them, they're all laid pretty quiet. But so far so good. We've had a good touch. There's one with a bad navel we've had so far, and we were straight on top of it actually. He's in the other shed. I'll show you him in a minute. He's got bandy legs. He's a little bit strange. This cow at the end. She doesn't like me very much. We've just tagged her calf and she's a bit lively, but you know, ones like that, you don't linger around too long, you just let them get on. A couple of weeks after having a calf, they calm down. There's one in here, 410. She's fine with everyone else, but young Robert, who's been working with us for the last, he was with us over Christmas, and he's sort of stayed on because he hasn't got much work on where he is at the moment. So he's been helping out around here a bit. He's been a real good help as well. But there's a young lady in here, 410, she's only an heifer. Oh my god, she did not like him. She chased him out the shed. I've never seen anything like it, but yeah, they know you, the cows know you. And it's noticeable with the farmer. She's quiet with the farmer, but she's not very sure about me. She doesn't like me too much. And we're around them all the time, so. But most of them, 99% of them are pretty good. They'll let you tag them, they'll let you put a ring on. And any ones that are dodgy like her, we'll just take calf away into these little creeps. We'll take calf in there and she'll be fine. We're not going to go up there because she's already wound up from us tagging her calf this morning. But the little creep there, calves can get in there, get out the way, get out the wind if they want to. They can sit in there nice and wind. We'll start putting some hay in those and they'll start chewing on some hay. I noticed 1 or 2 of them already started chewing on hay, so we'll get some nice green hay in there for them. They'll have a bit of that. Last year we were feeding them a little bit of barley in the creeps, but we noticed we were having some small issues. Well, it was barley, and I think it was just barley actually. Was it barley or oats? I think it was oats. Can't feed them barley early on. But anyway, they were starting to get the shits a little bit, and yeah, it was affecting them pretty bad. So we're not going to do that this year. We're going to keep them off the barley, but they're all looking really well. In the morning you put a bale in. I'll show you, you'll see it soon as the videos go on. We put a bale in, then the calves had a good run round. The cows get some extra barley around the outside. That just gets them back into condition a bit better, and the bulls will be coming in a couple of months time, maybe just 6 weeks time, something like that. The bulls will start coming in. and yeah, spring's only just around the corner, and we're really hoping it dries up because we've got a lot of work to do. And yeah, we're behind on everything. We're behind on fertilising. You know, if it was dry enough now, we would start drilling today, but it's very, 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 very wet. I'll show you some pictures of the floodplains of Oxford there. You'll see that pop up. But yeah, Linda's been super busy this year. Linda's been crazy busy this week with getting stuff ready for Red Tractor. That is just the most farmer reckons it's he reckons it's data collection for supermarkets and the government. That's all Red Tractor is. I got to agree with him, because the amount of stuff Lynn has to deal with, because we're mixed farm, she's got various sectors that she has to go through, and it's just ridiculous. She's been in there all week working on that, and oh my goodness, yeah, right pain in the butt. Anyway, these in here are some of the older ones. We've only had one cow with dead calves so far, so fingers crossed that stays the same. But yeah, they're all wondering what I'm doing in here again. But me and Robert got this shed ready just when did we get this ready? Last week, end of last week. So they've only just come in here. So these are some of the older ones. There you go. There's a young man in here, and he had a bad navel, and he was born, he was a Chevrolet, he's big, he's got bandy legs. I won't get him up because unless he's stood about obvious somewhere. But yeah, it goes bad quick, the navel. So we were straight on it as well. We saw it started filling with fluid, his navel started filling with fluid, so the farmer straight away, we jabbed him with a antibiotic, but it wasn't quite strong enough, so we got the vet to give us some stronger antibiotic. I think it's done him some good. You know, his temperature's come right down, and he's running about with his ears up, so he's done all right. But you've got to be ever so quick with them bad navels. That can go pretty quick. That can go quick, very fast. But yeah, Red Tractor Man coming tomorrow, so yeah, Linda's been really busy with that. But there's some cracking calves in here. Absolute belters. There you go. They're all in here. Look, me and Rob built this. They love it in here. They can just get out of the way of mum, come and have a lay down. Who's in here? It's a little stabiliser, look. This one with a white nose, look. Lovely little thing. So these are the oldest ones. They're some real nice animals. And I don't want to jinx anything, but it's been quite a nice start this time. Well, we're halfway through, I'd have thought. Well, we're getting on for halfway through, so yeah, pretty good. Right, I don't know if I showed you the bulls. We'll have a little talk through the bulls. We went and brought them in. You would have seen the footage where Riley decided to... Was it Riley? Yeah, yes, Riley. They're in the wrong pens at the moment. Riley, the Chevrolet. We're trying to get them in because obviously it got very wet very quick. So we're bringing him in, bringing him up the fence, and he decided he was going to leap through the fence. So, and for a second there we were like, oh Christ, what are we going to do? But in the end he got himself in reverse and come back out and walked straight in. He had a little scratch on his leg, but he wasn't too bad. We had the trimmer here because he's been lame on one of his front legs, but with the trimmer came and couldn't really find a problem. He had a little lug in between his toes that he thought it might be that, but he said it wasn't really nothing to worry about. But he's done the business because there's plenty of Chevrolet calves coming out. And there's Ricky, he's in the back there. I think he's had the itch, he's been rubbing himself on the walls. That's why he looks a bit funny. But yeah, I don't know what farmers going to do in the future with Chevrolets or not. We're sort of on the fence with them because yeah, they give you a better beast at the end of it, but they're always massive and they always bring problems getting them out, and they're always time consuming, and I don't know. What's been noticeable is the red Anguses, they've sort of just fell out, got up, sucking, then no work at all. The stabilisers the same, and even the limousines are the same. So I don't know, farmers got some different ideas maybe of you know, when we do start replacing bulls, that we might have another stabiliser. Oh, Dave, they all had their feet trimmed, but Dave would not come out of his pen. He kept going round and round. He would not have it done. So, but his feet were, you know, the man looked at his feet and said, you know, there's no reason to trim them if they're in good order, and they were. So he was quite happy with that. He sits in here getting fat as he can. He doesn't lose that shape. He's that shape all the time. But he's no fool around the ladies. He gets to business straight away. I've got a feeling that's his last year before his daughters start coming in. So I think it'll be his last year with us this year. But and then Tomahawk here. This is Tomahawk. He's a Red Angus. He's quite a nice. He'll have a scratch. He's not too. You know, the other ones don't really like being touched, but this one don't mind it. He's a Red Angus, so we bought him. So that first time calvers. What are you doing? Oh, lovely. Thank you for that, mate. Their tongues are really like sandpaper. Isn't that nice? They don't usually do that. But we bought him to go on the heifers, so because they produce a little bit smaller calf, and yeah, work really, really well. His calves drop, get up and suck in, and literally no work at all. It's been a really, I think Uncle Franklin actually said to try a Red Angus on the heifers, and he was right to say that, because yeah, but they'll be happy soon. They'll be going in with the cows in a few weeks' time, and yeah, there'll be some happy boys then. But they're the bulls at the minute. Their numbers are all mixed up at the minute. What are their names? So they call this one, his name's Rodney, but everyone calls him Dave because of Only Fools and Horses, something like that. Riley's the white Chevrolet. Ricky is the he kicks, so they call him Tricky Ricky. He's the he is Limousine, obviously. And then the Red Angus is Tomahawk. But yeah, right, I'm going to have a little look around the back and see what we've been doing around the back. Oh, I'll take you through the stores quick, because you wouldn't have seen them going either. Yeah, the back end there, we obviously, the man came to pick up last year's stores. We separated the calves from the cows, and they all came in here. They're a good looking bunch, actually. There is next year's heifers still in here, so what we did last year was we pulled them out, and we pulled them out too early. We looked at them, and when they came in at the end of summer, we ended up swapping some of them, and we were a bit annoyed because we had already branded them, some of them as well. So we ended up swapping some of the heifers for next year. That doesn't need to be there. I'll give someone a bad foot. But they're coming on leaps and bounds. We've got some really nice silage for them. That ryegrass silage that came from them bottom fields, super high quality. But they're really, really good animals in here. They're going to be some. They're going to make some money, I think, this time. One or two. There's a couple of older ones. These Chevrolets always stand out. They're always a little bit bigger animal. There's a few stabilizers in here. There's also some of our heifers in here as well. But there's some, yeah, some good animals actually. And next year we will be bringing in some of our own bred stabilizer heifers into the herd. So that'll be interesting to see. Look at this one. These cherry red ones. Lovely colour. But yeah, they're mischief, these lot. You bring the barley in, they're all over it. They're all bundling about. And you missed them, eh? This one's a little heifer. She'll stay around. She's got nice markings on her face. But yeah, we're going to pick out the heifers when they come in from grass next year. We're going to pick them out. Obviously, you just see the Arkisan has just left. Let me show you this silage before we talk about that. This is the silage. Absolutely, it's beautiful. It smells good enough to eat. Literally, it smells beautiful. I've got some other silage there as well. But yeah, they clear that. 4 bales will last them about, I don't know, 2 days, 3 days, 4 bales, something like that. But yeah, they're a really good bunch. Really happy with those actually. And you know, every time running through a crush, once a month we're running through the crush, and yeah, they you can see them changing. You can see them physically getting bigger. We don't weigh nothing, we don't really do that, but yeah, we had one in there with a problem called stifle, which is like ligaments in the legs. Anyway, we had a spare shed elsewhere, so we took her up there, and she made a full recovery, and she doesn't stand out anymore, which is really good. We were really chuffed about that, actually. We had the stone crusher come at the back end there as well, near Christmas. They came and cleaned up all the stone for us, so that's a better, now it's a smaller heap, and we moved all the cleanings off farm as well, so yeah, it looks a lot more tidy around here, a bit more space for the trailers. Yeah, this shed is nearly, yeah, I've got a few big bales there. They're all sold. Yeah, people are coming to pick them up. There's a little bit of straw in there, and then there's a little bit of hay in there, but that'll all be gone before May. I would have thought that would be cleared out of there, ready for stuff coming in. We were obviously we were having some issues with these round bales, and we actually thought the majority of them were going to be cow food, but as we've gone on and dug into them, it's just the top and the bottom ones really that have been affected. So yeah, these are all good, and everything in the center there is good as well. So yeah, we're very happy, because we thought we were going to be short on round bales, so, and we sell quite a lot of round bales, so yeah, that was a good touch actually. So everything in the center, you know, 99% of them are good. All the bottom ones, they're just marked on the bottom, and they're really too good for cows, but you know, people don't want to buy hay bales with marked bottoms. That's just the top and bottom of that. What have we got? Yeah, just a little bit more straw, oat straw. This is all sold. That's all sold, ready to go. You know, by the time we get to summer, most of these sheds are going to be empty. We'll have a bit of fiddling around with round bales at the end there, but nothing unusual there actually. And yeah, you'd have seen the Artisan that has been sold. Yeah, we went up to the it's a funny story actually. We went up to the Midland Machinery Show. It wasn't something we were even contemplating on selling. We went up to the Midland Machinery Show and we were having a look, and Artisan had made a new machine. They always, you know, they're always updating these machines with new bits and pieces to make them better. And we were looking around the latest one, and Steve from Artisan was there, and there was a man there, and I won't tell you his name because he probably won't want it, but it's just funny how these things come about. You know, there was a man there looking for a used one. Farmer said, well, come and look at ours. He came and looked at ours, he was happy. Farmer said, right, we'll have a new one. And yeah, so there's a new Artisan coming. It's going to be a little bit different. It's a bit different design. When it comes, we'll show you around it. But yeah, we're hoping that the little, you know, essentially it does the same job, so really, but there's little features on there that should hopefully make your life a little bit easier. So yeah, it's just funny. We weren't in any way, shape or form wanting to sell that machine, but it went to a really lovely man. They come and picked it up yesterday, and they'll get on with it really nice, and we know they will. So yeah, I hope they have nice good luck with that machine, because you know, it's done us a lot of bales. So a new Artisan come in. Mark the baler man was here, and this was last week as well. I was hoping to show you him working on that baler. He had the plunger out, new bearings. We went through that baler with a fine tooth comb. There's a new baler supposed to be coming this year. I won't say which one it is, but hopefully it turns up in time for haymaking, and yeah, we can show you that as well. Obviously Cole's baler broke last year, and I think the farmer did tell me the other day, and I hope I'm not overstepping my toes a little bit, but I think Cole has bought a baler as well to replace his old one. So we'll see that. So it's going to be new machines for the hay this time. It's going to be some learning to do. Yeah, we're all going to have to learn together again on these. You know, every machine's different. So it's going to be, yeah, 2 new balers baling. There's going to be a new Artisan packing, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it all works as it should and we don't have any problems. It's a lot of machines to change in one go, and yeah, there we go. So you'll see young Robert there and young David as well. Young David's been coming down on the weekends, helping out on the weekends, and young Robert's been here with us in the week, giving us a hand in the week. And you know, they're young kids and they show interest and, you know, they work hard. So yeah, farmers keen to have them about, and in the summertime they really come into their own with pulling trailers home, and young Robert's got his own work in the summer, but he's been very, very helpful here during the winter actually. So yeah, and you'll see more of Robert for a few more weeks before he gets busy and then has to leave again. But yeah, Linda obviously we've been super busy. Hay deliveries have been crazy. Yeah, that month farmer went away, we had Darren helping as well, you know, plenty of helpers around the farm, so we got the jobs done, and that month went so fast, can't hardly believe it. Next coming videos, you know, it'll be more of how it used to be with what's going on. We've had a man here looking at tractors, getting some tractors up together, in terms of we had a young man here came and calibrated all the gearboxes, found some problems on some of the other tractors. He was a young kiddie actually. I think he's only 25 years old, but Christ almighty, he was a breath of fresh air. We couldn't believe him. He found a problem on my tractor, which every one of us had said about this problem, but we couldn't figure out quite what was going on because it was intermittent, and there's a vibration come in, and it sounded like when the compressor was going, when the compressor was failing, it sounded like that, the bearing in the compressor. But anyway, it turns out it was a shaft running to the front PTO, had some play in it, was making this horrible vibration, which has now caused the cam seal to leak. So it's going in for some work, going in for some exhaust work, and it's going in for a rocker cover gasket. So yes, won't see it. Keithy's going to finish his hedge trimming. He's got about 2 weeks left on the hedge trimmer. He's going to go and trim up some last little pieces, and then it'll be putting drills on, fertilising, getting the spring crops in, obviously calving going on at the same time, so it's going to be really busy. We've yet to get any fertiliser on. It is just a swamp out there at the moment. So as soon as we get some, you know, hard frosts or dry weather, we will be out there busy again. So there we are. There we go. There's a little update on what's been going on. I've probably forgotten half of it. Oh, the concrete. Yeah, we had to put hold to it, but this is going to be coming back into play. You know, if we can't get on the fields, we'll be out here working and putting a slab of concrete in if we can. You know, we're going to do that as we get to it. Farmer's just feeding up a couple of the calves born this morning. I'll show you the morning routines around the cows. We'll do that as we go. Hazel's been here as well. Sorry, I've forgotten about that. Hazel's been here helping with hay deliveries, so that's my other half. So you'll see a bit more of her. You'll see a bit more of everyone. So yeah, the old man's been, you know, he doesn't stop ever. So he's been doing what he does. He doesn't ever stop. He's out here full day every day. Hope you like that one. Hope you like seeing the calves, and yeah, we'll see how the next few months progress, but we're hoping it dries up a bit around here. That's what we're hoping for. So we'll see how we go, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.